Hello everyone, this is Maria from mariascraftingcorner.com. Welcome and thank you so much for being here with me today. Hi Elizabeth, thank you for being here. So I still have one more day. So Saturday will be, hey Lori, how are you? Oh, I hope you like it, Elizabeth. Um Ooh, thank you. Many blessings to you too, Lori. So I just want to say I still have one session for the workshop as Saturday. You will have anyways access to the previous video. We made some very beautiful cards. If you are interested, please click the link below and you can subscribe to it. Okay. Thank you, Elizabeth. I appreciate that. So two things I want to say. The first one is I am doing a card that I did a while ago. I'll tell you which one is. I just had to. So our first disclaimer is I usually, hey Carrie, how are you? Hi Diane, how are you? I usually don't do many cards with the stuff from the mini catalog until it's live, right? But then it happened to be that I just liked it so much, and the minute I saw the Oh Holy Sweet, I'm like, I have to do this card. Like, I have to. So it's a card we've done in the past. We'll get to that in a minute. Hey Judy, how are you? I hope you're doing okay. Okay, we're gonna go to, I'm just gonna do this because I have to remember that I am selling. This is your free gift for this month. We are going to be using it next week. I don't know, those of you that are like have Stampin' Up in your feed or whatever, there was one of the artisan creators, however they're called, and she made a beautiful little mini album, and I am going to do something similar, getting her idea on how to attach the pages, but of course my own version of it. I have thought of a mini album. I will put yes, Elizabeth, I will do that once I'm done with the live. And so I have thought, hey Adrian, how are you? Yay, I'm so glad you're here. I have thought about doing a mini album with them just because, oh yes, I'm glad, Carrie, so glad that you received it. Isn't it exciting? um and so I have thought of doing a mini album. I'm just going to take their idea and I think you're going to love it. Okay, so that's the announcement for today. Don't forget that kits are up to 30% off, and I just want to show you super quick one. So this is the kit. So I got this for my mom since I'm going in September to Costa Rica, and this is the kit. It's just like a calendar to organize your birthday cards, right? So it has these two cards, and I just want to show you how much I buried them. So it has 12 feminine cards and 12 masculine cards, and look at all the variations I made with them without adding anything. I just twist one thing, twist the other. This is the one that is most similar, except the band is a little towards the lower end. Isn't this super cute? Like all these variations that you can make with your kit, and I absolutely love it. So this is for my mom. This is just a quick gift for her that I made since I'm going. And then I got this one. The only thing I added were these that are old embellishments, and I'm just like, I gotta use those. So I think this is the one, like the catalog, and then like the catalog, sorry, like the how you call this, like it's in the instructions like they suggested, and then all the rest are variations of them, and I just love it. And I just want to tell you guys, don't miss, oh there's two in here, just kidding, don't miss your opportunity to get your kits on sale. I think it's totally worth it. Kits are very easy, especially if you're not very comfortable with crafting, or you just don't have a whole lot of stuff. It's just so easy because they bring absolutely everything you need. It is. Thank you, Betty. Hi, how are you? It is absolutely awesome. I think it's amazing. It's a place where you can organize your stuff. And I think that, again, it's totally worth it. So I'm going to show you. So we're going to do, so you all know, a 3-tier card fold, um, with a couple variations. And I completely forgot to have white paper in here with my stuff. Oh, I'll be right back, guys. That's not cool. I love 3-tier cards, right? Like those 3-tier folds, the ones that pull up or you can pull to the side. We did, the one we did was at the very beginning of the other mini catalog. I don't know if you guys remember, if you've been here before, but that one was using, oh my God, I forgot the name, but I have it here. And this one was the one we did, right? And so this one I made for my husband that time. This is much smaller. And then we had done this as well. So we had these 2 cards. It was quite of a funny video because I think it was Donna who was here who ended up helping me because I got all discombobulated. So I saw the card today and I was like, that the new, let me rephrase this. So when I was working on the workshop, I'm like, I need to do this card, right, for the workshop. And I would show you my idea today. But then I saw, let me see, what's her name? Stamping with Tammy. I think that's her website. Yeah, Stamping with Tammy. She's another Stampin' Up demonstrator. And she made like a dozen of the cards, right? And I was like, okay, I'm not going to like ask people to pay to see a card that they've seen somewhere else, right? Because it was pretty new. And so I was like, okay, that's not going to go in the workshop. It's fine. But I still have the idea, and I did make it using the same concept, just some of the newer products. So that's the first thing. The second thing is, so all the cards that I've seen in the internet are this small. And this is, oh my God, why do I always get the centimeters in here? It completely surprises me. But I think this is about like 4. Let's see. Yeah, it's like 4.25 maybe. It's just a at 4.5. It's what it looks like. It's just a completely different measurement, right? And I was like, I just keep wondering. I want a different measurement. And then I don't know, those of you, my upline is Lisa Curcio, and they have usually a retreat online, and they pair with Kylie Bertucci and her husband, I forgot his name. And they made in that one a much bigger one. So this is the size of that one, which is probably like what, like probably like 5x7. I'm thinking that's what it is. Yeah, I think it's 5x7. And so I was like, oh my God, that is too big, right? Because what's going to happen is I'm going to have people saying, oh my God, it's too big. It won't fit in an A2. So I did, for all of you, made a variation. And first of all, it's now super simple because there's no eighths or sixteenths in the whole card. It's very amazing. It is pretty straightforward how to make it, and you will get a 4x5.5 card. And I am very proud of myself because I did that. So we are going to start with a 6x12 piece of cardstock. Now I'm going to give you a tip here after we're done on how to make it on just a regular 8.5x11 cardstock. But the one we're going to do today, it's going to be in a 12x6. And we're going to open the arm of our beautiful trimmer. Mine is a little bit. Hey, Susie, how are you? I was thinking about you today. And so we are just going to go ahead and score this at 4 and score at 8. So these are new measurements. I will have all those measurements in the description below. Well, they will be linked to my blog because there is a PDF tutorial. And I lied to you guys. I'm very sorry. I'm going to cut this at 5.5 instead of 6. So it's 5.5 by 12. So again, scored at 4 and then scored at 8. And just as we are there, I don't know if you guys remember, it was so complicated. And I was looking at all the other, oh my God, I almost got it. All the other people there making it. And I was like, oh my God, why is this so complicated? There has to be an easier way to do this. So now we're going to do that. Hello, Anita, welcome. We are now going to move to 9. And I'm going to move this in here. Let me know if you can see well. And I'm going to align our little cutter or blade to that 1/2 inch point. And we are going to cut, and sorry guys, I have my little cheat sheet here, to 3.5, okay? All the way. I did do this last time and it has just moved, a tiny bit. It does not even need to be a 16, just a tiny bit. And we're going to do the exact same cut. So let's see. So it's easier for it to move up and down. And now we are going to move to 11. We're going to move to 11. And we're going to do the exact same cut. So between 1/2 inch to 3.5. And just like we did before, we are going to move a tiny bit just to make that cut a little bigger and it's easier for our card to flow. That one went a little bit further away, but that's fine. And we are going to cut these two, maybe, almost. There you go. We're going to cut them, and then that's going to be and I'm going to call it tier 1 of our card. You guys are going to really, really like the one I have to be honest. I think so. Okay, so that's the first tier. Okay, we're going to work on it. The second tier is bigger than the one we had before, and we're going to do the exact same thing. I am going to do it here with you so you can see. But it's going to be 10.5. Yep. There's 10.5, and we are going to throw that away by 4. So 4 inches by 10.5. Very, very simple. It's a little bigger than the other one. And we are going to score, hear me out, 3.5. And then 7. Okay. And then we're going to move to 8 and do the same cut. We're going to cut now between 1/4, which is around there, guys. I don't want to put my big head right there, but more or less there is what it is. 1/4 to all the way to 3. So all the way to 3. We're going to do the same thing, and I, just move a tiny bit. So it does not need to be even a 16. All we're doing is cutting all the way there and from 3. And then we're going to move to 9.5. And we're going to do the exact same cut between 1/4 to 3. Okay, and I'm not going to do the other cut. It's not needed. Here we're going to remove this little piece, maybe. Oh my God, this is really, really thin. Right? And now this is the base of our card. Very, very simple. I always recommend this, guys, when you are doing folds that fold on each other within the card, just take a 16 off. After you're done, just go ahead, move these here towards, towards after your line where you cut, there's that brown line, and that in the edge you align this towards that edge, and you got the 16, and then it just helps completely a whole lot for it to close better. Okay, so here we are. This is the base. The third tier is a piece of 3, is a square of 3 by 3. Okay, so we're going to fold this into each other, and that's what I was telling you, how much easier it closes. And so there's no bulkiness in the card. So that is the card. Any question, guys? Very, very simple scores. 4, 8, and then you get the 2 cuts at 9 and 11. Oh, yes, Adrian, I just love that, because otherwise they get bulky and it drives me insane. And then the second piece is 3.5, you score, and then 7, and you will move to 8 and make that cut, and then 9.5 and make the cut. But again, all those all that information will be in that tutorial. Just so you know, like I was looking at the other ones, and it was like, yeah, move it's 3 and 1/8 and move here, and it was just so complicated, and I figured there has to be an easier way to do something like this. So ta-da, there you are. You're all welcome. I am going to be using Night of Navy, because we are going to be using the Oh Holy Night. This is tier 1. We have tier 2, and maybe, hopefully, here's maybe. Oh yeah, here's tier 3. Okay. So we have, now we are going to need, if you remember, and I have my little bag here, I feel so professional, 2 little strips. These are this is 1/2 inch by 5.5, which belongs to the bigger one, and this one is 4.5, which belongs to tier 2. And then when we are done, we're going to talk a little bit about options, different options. I am going to go and move these out of the way, and I am going to bring our little strip, and we're going to, first of all, let's score this. And I don't know if you guys, oh yes, it is. I always do that. I always take that 1/16 of an inch off. We're going to score this friend. Fold this friend, and we are going to make sure that it is, no, see? And this is wonderful because I can show you. See how difficult it is to get this to close together well? So we're bringing the trimmer, and we're going to cut that 16. It's a little bit like cheating, but we are here to make our lives easier, right? So, and then there's no variation in anything, but look how much better it closes. I just absolutely love that. Okay, and now we are going to bring that little strip, and we are going to run it through our 2 cuts in here. You guys can tell I did do the cut wider, so it flows well. We are going to, and I did go a little bit further here. Not a big deal. Nobody's going to die. Like it may happen to do that, but I'm okay with that. If I were too OCD, we can put a little bit of taping here. I'm not going to do that today. And let's see, we're going to fold this. We're going to make sure that we're folding these in a way that it does not, that the strip doesn't go over. And it did very well. Look at that. And we are going to bring our tear and tape. And yes, you guys know that in spite of the fact that tear and tape, that it takes some time to take the backing, I love my tear and tape for interactive cards. I've always said that. I feel very confident when I use tear and tape. And then I'm going to use again another strip a little bit on top of that one. I think technically speaking they should fit perfectly one and the other. But the truth is I'll have to then apply it like perfectly on one edge, and I don't do that. And now we're just going to like put this one in here and attach. I am not very worried about this because our panel is going to come here at some point. So I'm going to put these on the side, and I'm going to bring our second tier, and we're going to do the exact same thing. This card is going to go like flying, guys, because now I know what I'm doing. I wish Donna were here today so she could laugh with me. It was so funny. I think it was Donna who helped me. Or Susie, was it you who helped me that day? It was so funny. I was like, I got lost into my own ideas. It was busy times, and I was not able to do more than one card. And that's one of the reasons why I make several cards. I mean, one of them to show you, but the other one because I practice the fold, and so I feel much more confident when I am live. And in that day, I could just make that other card, and so, anyways, I'm pretty sure I was thinking, how difficult can this be? I got this, and yeah, it was kind of very, very funny. Okay, so I'm removing those backs, and I am going to fold this back in here, and that fits perfectly. So our little thingies, our little mechanisms flow very, very well. I'm going to put this, oh, no. What am I doing, Maria? Let's fold this, and I can tell already that I have not taken that 16th of an inch off. So I am going to fold these, bring my bone folder to crease it. We are going to cut that 16 off real quick to make our lives easier. Okay. And now we put this one aside, and we are going to start with the decoration and with stamping. So let's bring our last tier. And yes, I am going to be using the beautiful paper that it comes with it, not the shiny one, guys. Surprise, surprise, not the shiny one. But I'm going to be using it, and I'm going to be using these pieces with some gold foil, and we're going to put one on top of the other. I think that one of the most beautiful things I've seen, falls, is the combination between blue and gold. Before we move any further, I am going to stamp this. I am praying to God that this time we actually make this happen in a good way, because that time it did not happen very well. I'm aligning this piece to my Misty here. Let me move back a little bit up here so you guys can see. And I'm going to put a big magnet there. And I'm going to bring now this and align it towards the top as much as possible. Sorry about my big head. I'm going to move this tiny bit here so you don't have to see my big head. I'm going to all the way to the top. Sorry, guys. There you go. All the way to the top is where I want it. Because, if you remember, actually that's what happened with that one, is that I had done this and I had like this beautiful sentiment that I put in here, but it was too low. And so what I am trying to do, this piece is more or less the same, but you can see I'm trying to make sure that it actually fits. And I think it's going to be like barely there. So let's cross our fingers. I am actually going to move it a tiny bit more. Let me make sure it's there. Yeah, it's right there. So it's, oh my gosh, really? I just want it towards the top in the edge. Okay, now I am going to bring my, and I know, guys, I know I have my thingy here. Actually, I can take that off probably, or I should take that off. Let's do this. I forgot to take it off. There we go. My little mat. I am going to make sure it is, and all the way to the top. It is not. I'm going to move these a tiny bit. It's easier to move the paper when you already have your stamp in a good place. That's where it's going to go. And of course, we are going to heat emboss this in white. And I have my little setting here. So I'm going to bring my white powder, make sure that nothing sticks to where it doesn't need to be stick. And yes, you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to apply my Versamark ink to my, it looks pretty decent, to my stamp in here in the Misty. And that's the reason why I'm using the Misty. And it is so I make sure that if it's not well inked for whatever reason, then I can ink again. It seems like it's going to work well. Okay. So let me bring this out here. I am actually going to ink these, not ink, just kidding. I'm just actually going to use silver for this card. And I wanted white, but it has white, and I think it's just going to kind of confuse with it. And I think silver is going to do the same good. Actually, let's do the white. The same good option. I have my white here. You guys know I don't lie about the things I have and how I got them. I have had a lot of years crafting, right? And so this is a combination of other powders that I've bought in the past. I have bought a couple of Stampin' Ups, but I keep them there because they're just so much easier. I love this tool that Stampin' Up came it was last year. This is going to be loud, but you guys can probably hear me. I love embossing. I always start with the back of the paper. So while it warms up, and you can see there, so I start with the back of the paper. It's just much easier for me so the paper doesn't get burnt. Do remember that paper gets burnt. And now I come back and kind of like finish it up on the front. It looks like it's perfect. All done, we got it. Let me remove all this stuff out of the way, because if not, it's going to be in my way and we're going to make messes. I am already messy when it comes to, working. I don't want it to be more or messier. So now it's time to adhere this. We're going to bring our Stampin' Seal Plus. Guys, it's almost about to die. I hate when it's about to die and I don't realize it. And then is going to go on exactly in the middle of our video today. You'll see. So this is an eighth smaller. So each one is an eighth smaller. So this one is 2/7/8 by 2/7/8, and this is 2 3/4 by 3/4, and we're just going to add it to our first layer, or bottom layer actually. Whoa. And just don't tell me that this just looks amazing. Now we're going to bring our second tier, and this piece is going to go in here like so. So you can do this two different ways. You can align it here because we need these to definitely be aligned to the top in here. Okay, so to these top, it needs to be aligned. So both tops, I guess, need to be aligned, and then the third tier needs to be centered within this the middle panel. So we're going to bring again, our tear and tape, and we're going to add it. I know this takes time, but I definitely prefer my tear and tape when it's an interactive card, so I think we'll be fine. It's just a couple minutes that it takes extra. Okay, and now we're going to bring our piece all the way down. We're going to make it all the way down. Now, I don't know if you guys can tell, but this is a little bit lower, so I'm just going to push this a tiny bit up here. Make sure that when I close this piece is going to be adhering to, let's say, the center, but towards the bottom of this third tier or this panel. So again, I'm centering, being mindful of these two sides best as I can. I'm making sure it's aligned there at the top, and then I am going to center in here. And I'm going to try right now before, We can see it, guys. It's all there. We can see it. That was one of the reasons why I want this to be bigger, so I could do exactly what I wanted. You know how that goes, right? Now, the second piece is that we need to do is we're going to put some, I don't know why I chose the furthest away, put some turn tape. It could be the Stampin' Seal Plus perfectly, or glue. The only reason I don't do glue, it's because it takes time drying, and we are in our video, and I just want to make sure that it's going to work well. Okay, and now we fold this. I'm going to put this inside, back, and this is going to fold back in here, and this is where we're going to glue. We're going to give that a good press. I'm going to put this in here so I am sure where the front is and where the direction is. Otherwise, I get lost. I don't know you guys, but I get lost pretty quickly. So the next piece, this piece is, let me see, guys. Chin, chin, chin. Do I have it? Yeah, sorry. So this piece is 3 3/8 by 3 7/8, and it's going to go here. And then I got another piece of that beautiful paper that has like the little city, and this is just 1/8 smaller. And that looks, I think that looks so, so beautiful. So let's go ahead. We're going to bring our Stampin' Seal Plus. And I'll show you towards the end of the live if you guys want the paper again. I know some of you were here when I did my quote-unquote unboxing. It was not really an unboxing because I had already like moved everything out. But if you're interested in seeing that video, I can probably link it up here later on. I'm not very technical when I've already done the live, but maybe we can do that. And now we're going to adhere these in here in the middle as best as we can, guys. I always say that. This is a little trickier for me because I always need to open these in a way that I can see better, but this is working. So I guess you figure out what we're creating, right? Now let's bring the last piece, and we're going to do the exact same thing. Let me bring our tear and tape. Wait until you see one. Well, let's see. My favorite card, it's probably going to be between this one and the other one I did. And the other one is just so cute because of the idea itself. And we're going to bring this other one. Again, I prefer to double the tear and tape. It takes nothing, right? And it just makes it safer. Okay, my YouTube people, you are all very silent today. Are you guys okay? And we're going to do the exact same thing. Please let me know how you're doing. How's let me see this. I'm just looking at here. How you are doing. How's your weather? Oh my God, I have some sad news. So I am a gardener. I like gardening. I like growing my own veggies. And the night before last, we have a night, like it's been very erratic, the storms here. And at night, like, I don't know, it probably hammered us for like 2 hours. And most of my gardening is destroyed. So I'm very, very sad about that because I really, really liked how it was growing. But anyways, deep breath, we move forward. Okay, same as we did before. The front needs to go against the panel. And we are going to align top with top. Center this in here as best as we can. I always say as best as we can because I think we have to be honest about our abilities, right? And see, this one is going to work well. I don't know. Oh, no, you can't see. Okay, there it is. This one is going to work well because it's you can see it's going to go into here, right? So we're going to close, give that a good push. And now we're going to bring this back on the other side and do the exact same thing. We're going to add a piece of tear and tape. Oh, thank you, Elizabeth. I appreciate that. Is it hot in Texas? Oh, yeah, huh? Oh my God, Adrian, that's scary. Yeah, we have had a couple of tornadoes, not super close to home, but um, oh yeah, thank you, Carrie. But closer enough. Tornadoes are not like super common in Colorado, so I'm like, what's going on? What's going on? We have had a very, very mild summer, I think. And so I'm gonna do the same thing I did, guys, because you guys, I don't want to get messed up. It happened. So this is the card. So the card again is going to be 5.5 by 4, and so I know that this is the right place. This is where we're going, right? And let me bring the last piece. So the last piece is this one, and we are going to adhere again to my gold layer. So maybe my Stampin' Seal Plus is going to survive until, or all the life, just because I'm using Turn-Tape so much. My dog is pretty upset because I left her outside. It's pretty funny. And we're going to bring these and top it up on this layer. It is hard for me to do anything horizontal, so I am doing this as best as I can, center as best as I can. That was not very centered, guys. It happens. Okay, ta-da! Almost done. I am going to bring the little pieces that we have, or that I have, of course. And so I'm very sad because I am not seeing a very important piece. Oh my God, that only happens to me, guys. I swear to God. Well, because you all wanted to see me. I lost it. Oh God. He always laughs. He has a good laugh. Oh, I found it, guys. I found it. Don't worry. So this is my little house. We are going to, it's not house. We're going to put this one in here. But before we move any further, we're going to do something similar to what we did in here. This is Peck and Pie. We're going to bring one of our blending brushes, and I'm going to bring Peck and Pie and Early Espresso. And we're going to play with this. This is my Early Espresso one because, as you guys can tell, Early Espresso is so much darker, right? But I'm going to start with the Peck and Pie, and I'm going to get this. Let me get another piece of this so we can remove this and not be in danger. And we're going to go ahead and just go softly all over. So we give that idea of older and just give some extra dimension to it. It takes nothing. The dye already brings. Let me see. Sorry, guys. The dye already brings the look of wood, just like that. And so we can leave this as is. Really, it doesn't need anything else, I don't think. I'm going to bring just the Early Espresso a little bit and maybe towards some areas, just make it darker. Just to make a little bit more contrast, right? And that will do. So let me put this back out. Remove this out of the way because we all know how dangerous open stamp pads are. And now we have our little house. Not house, guys. I'm gonna need your help. Our little, how is it called? We are going to add some glue in here. All the way through. And we are going to center this up here and within our card. That was one stable. Thank you, Adrian. Yes, Adrian. To those in Facebook, Adrian is, I mean, to those in YouTube, Adrian is in Facebook. That was one of the reasons why I needed this a little bigger. I can do this now. Because these stable would not fit well in this card. Oh, thank you, Anita. That just gives it some like Asian a little bit, maybe. It just looks different. And so my whole card was completely messed up if I didn't do this a little bigger. So ta-da, there's a change. Now I do have the Holy Family and the Shepherd and one of the Wise Kings, and they are in crumb cake. And I did the exact same thing, only with early espresso, and that way, it kind of like really pops up from the background. And here's the glue. I really, really like this set, guys. Very, very much. Not only the paper, but the whole set is amazing. And we're going to put it in here. I told you that this was probably one of my favorite because my family is very religious. So this would work really, really well for that. I have one of the big stars that come with the set. The set has one of those hybrid dies and embossing folders, and you can put them in, and so it embosses and cut at the same time. Of course, I think that's brilliant. I'm gonna put our little golden star in here on the top, in the center, and at the top. And that's taking a few seconds there to dry. So I'm gonna hold it. In the meantime, I'm going to open this. And that's not like gluing very well. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to bring one of these and put it there, and hopefully that helps. And now we're going to open our piece in here, and we're going to bring our other shepherd, and we're going to put him in here, like looking at the city kind of setting. I have a few of the lamps that they have, and we're just going to play with this. So we're just going to create this little scene. We can put one. They're all looking that way, so actually, just kidding. I'm going to put one down there. So we'll just play with this for 1 second. I think I want one. Let's see, like him right there and that one there. So let's put this one first. Like more or less like there. And we're going to put our friend right there. I'm going to get him inside a tiny bit. I don't know if you guys can tell. So there's no issue when we are bringing, like opening. Thank you, Anita. I'm glad you like it. Now we're going to bring this other one, and we're going to place a little bit behind. Also inside. That got messy there. Like that. And so we have him with his little lambs watching the horizon. And then I still have a few other stars that we can put in many other places, right? Just to play with them. Maybe one there, one there. And then we'll see where we put that one. I think I have a few extra smaller ones. I'll show you here in a minute. So I'm going to put this one towards the top. And that was a lot of glue, guys, and that's why Maria should not play with glue. But I think we're making it happen. And did you see that? How rebellious is that? Come on, guys. There, it stayed. And now we're going to bring this one too. I'm going to clean my hand there with my little towel. I'm going to bring this one up here. That's much better. At least it's not moving that much. Just kidding. Okay, I don't know why I'm having this huge, amazing issue with these stars. This is hilarious. And then I still have another two, and I'm going to put one like, I want to do this one inside here, and it's going to go inside as well. So we don't have issues when it's moving back and forth. Like there, just a tiny bit. We're going to see just a tiny bit, and I'm okay with that. We still have one, but let me bring this little one. See, I think it's got two more. So just tiny ones. I hope that's, yeah, that's stuck. That I want to put around in here. Oh, thank you, Connie. I appreciate that. Super simple when you have this kind of paper. Let's just face it, right? I cannot take a whole lot. This paper is, it's just amazing, amazing. I'm going to bring the smaller one in here. Maybe. That's a big dot, but I'm going to leave it, not touch it. And then I think I want this one up here, like in the middle. I could still, oh my God in heavens, guys. What is happening with my stars today? Stay. I still have, like, I tried to figure out where to put my camel. There's no way I can put it. It's just too big, too much in the way. So I am going to let my camel be. We'll probably be able to use it. I can probably put another one of them in here, and I think I'm going to. I thought, or maybe here, just to create some. It's just too much contrast, right? If I put it down below, I think. So I am not going to put it down below. I'm just going to bring my friend, the lamb, in here, and we're going to put him in there. So it looks like a really, really lovely shepherd. And I still have one, and I don't think I need to put anything else, really. Not really, huh? Okay, so I am going to, okay, two things I'm going to do, guys. I'm sorry. I forgot to clean my stamp, and these stamps are just way too beautiful for not caring for them properly. And so it's okay if it stays there, but it needs to be cleaned. So I'm just going to remove this and not make sure that I lose my magnets, because those are precious. And I am going to bring this piece of mat, which it comes with this piece like that, right? And I barely ever use it that way, because yeah, I'm not very good at that. And I'm going to make a hole here. You guys can tell I'm very carefully trying to do it, and I'm going to go in the back and push from the back too, so I don't make a mess in here. Thank you, Betty. Thank you, Carrie. Yeah, I just thought the white looks really good. I mean, just it was too much of a contrast with the browns in here, so I think it needs to stay with his friends up there. Okay, I'm making these as best as I can. I'm making it a little bigger because, yes, we are going to use my favorite so far piece of ribbon. Hopefully it fits through that. I don't know if you were here, but this is just so beautiful, guys. Yep, I'm in love with this piece. And that's a little hole, but I just didn't want to risk putting the sentiment lower, and then we would not be able to see it like it happened on the other card that I did a while ago. And so I'm like, we're going to struggle, but we'll make it through. We always make it through somehow, one way or the other. Slowly, because it's thick. It's much thicker than that little hole I have there, right? But it's coming through, guys. So I'm very excited that it's actually coming through. I'm doing very, very softly. Oh, thank you, Adrian. Oh, Anita is saying that she loves the ribbon, guys. Yeah. But you guys know me, right? I am kind of I always say I'm closer to a ferret um, because I just love this ribbon. Oh my gosh. Okay. This is getting too tight in here. And I don't want to push a whole lot because I don't want to. There it is. Slowly, guys, slowly so we don't break it. And I'm just going to cut a piece and another piece. These, yeah. Oh, thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you. I'm so glad you like it. Very simple card. But you see now why I had to do this? Again, I try not to repeat projects, but I just had to. So you have the Holy Family in this table, and then you have it open, and you create this gorgeous, gorgeous card. And I am in love with that. Now, when we were in that retreat that I was telling you guys about, that Bruno, yeah, right, Bruno Bertucci had made like the card bigger in that bigger card. Hey, Ida, how are you? So this is the card, Ida. Ding, ding, ding. I hope you like it. He wanted to create something like for the card to stand. So he had actually made like a little step for it to stand, which is a great idea, right? Like it would be amazing to have this standing up like that. And then he said, well, it's easier if you just get another piece of the card and just add it here. And that way you also not only will stand, right, but you also will be able to write a message, right? Or have an area to write a message. I will show you the other options and you tell me what we want to do. So this is the first one. It's going to stand if we put this in here. I'll show you. Yes. Did I? Yes, I'll show you here in a minute. So we'll leave that one there. So this one is the first one I did using that famous truck. It's more of a kid's card. I was trying to use that memory card. Oh, it's perfectly doable, Carrie. I swear to God, it's very, very simple. I managed to fix those measurements and make it so much simpler. And so this is the card. Isn't this super cute? Like, I absolutely love it. It's like a card for a little kiddo. So usually what we do is that we put something in the back and we can write, right? Like that's what I have done in the past. But you can keep it open here. Now, I want to show you the one I like the most just because that one has the standing. Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready? Haha. So this was initially what I had thought of doing in the workshop, something like this, all in whites actually. And I didn't do. So this is the angel from the Very Merry stamp. And this Merry Christmas belongs to the Regal Reindeer. And I am using 3 layers of paper because I am that person. So I have like that gorgeous blue with gold, the gold white that I did emboss. And then I had I put a little bit of green in it. I don't know if you can tell, just to make it look aged. And yes, I did color this in vellum. Those who attended the I forgot the word. Those who attended the workshop know now how I do it. And this is just, I think it's just gorgeous. But wait. So I made it a little church. Isn't this so super cute? So anyways, this is just the paper. I cut a little piece. This is just a little bird. I did not work much in the little bird. I just put it there in a simple way. And then we have like the bells on the top. So this one is probably one of my favorites just because, yeah, how would you call it? Ferret. So yeah, we just made a little church in here, and I really like that one. It's blue, Carrie. The sparkly ribbon is blue. And then the last one I made, and partially because I want to show you, it's a simple one, using the cheerful daisies, not cherry daisies, and it's just a regular one. But I want to show you a couple of things. So I like this one very much. It's just on the simpler side. Of course, my tones of golds and blues will just get me. But I want to show you this. You see this? So this is done with a piece of 8.5. And so what happens is, you remember that we scored at 4 and then we score at 8, and then we'll have that piece, right, to add in here. So, this is what I want to show you guys. I'm sorry. So this one already has the opening, and so yes, these would stand. I'm off camera. It's very hard, but it would stand. So for this church, for example, it just looks amazing, right? Because it's standing. For this one, I would recommend to do this so you can cover this, of course, or just add, a piece of cardstock, being mindful not to put anything close to these where the mechanism works. And so, I'm just making this. This is my cheat sheet, but, you'll put something here and then they'll keep protected. But this way you don't need a piece of 12 by 12. You can do it on 8, on just a regular 8, well, not 8 2, on just a regular 8.5 by 11 piece, which is the one we have most of the time. And again, it took me just a little bit to figure it out. It's not that difficult. And actually, I took that from Bruno Bertucci, because he did the same, although this is already a bigger piece, but on the 11-inch side. But he did this, and I'm like, oh, well, that makes a lot of sense. If I score at 8, at 4 and an 8, then I have enough here to just fold back, and then we'll just include something here to cover this, either like this or making a stand for it. Now this is very cute. Don't get me wrong. I am in absolute awe with this one. I have to be honest. And this one is also my I love them all. This is just cute. Again, just like for a little kid. This is just gorgeous. These two are gorgeous, but I think it's a combination of gold and blue. And so it sounds like we want to adhere this because I feel that this would make sense being standing, right? This one does not have an issue because this was made in that 12-inch piece, and so it covers all the way. So really, we could just do this, but I think that because it has such a scene, it needs to be standing. And so I'm going to add this here. We're not going to decorate the inside, but just here, my tombow is kind of dying, guys. Kind of dying. Okay. And all this is just adding, making sure it's attached, all the edges together. And we'll just let that, oh my gosh, this is crazy. That dry. Okay. Tell me, guys, which is your favorite. I hope you enjoyed the cards today. I know we've done it before, but I think it was beautiful. It was worth watching. Or I hope it was worth watching. Okay, things we're going to do. Let me get to our raffle before we move any further. Oops, wrong. Okay, and this is for last week's. Oh, I always do this, make the same mistake. It's so dumb. Oh, thank you, Anita. I appreciate that. Thank you, Elizabeth. I am glad you like them. I think that I mean it's good to have options and cute options. Really, but I have to say that my Christmas ones, I'm in love with them. I am in love with them. Okay, where's my little thingy? Sorry, guys. Okay, let me. The angel card. Oh, really? Well, I think it was a good idea. Like in like making the little church. It was a good idea. Anyways, let's go here. And let's go. So this is for last week's. You guys, I always put the drum rolling and I get lost and I can find it. But it's fine, guys. It's fine. And the winner is Linda Campbell. Okay, I will let Linda know. I don't know if she's here. I have not seen her. If you're here, Linda, let me know. If not, I will tag you. If it was a comment, I will tag you in the comment. If not, I will post it in my community wall in my channel and tag you, and you will receive a notification that about it. You will have to send me your address and which card you are interested in, and don't forget that is for last week, and last week was, what was it, the first? Yeah, August 1st. So if you want to go and check that video back. Oh, hey, Adrian, how are you? And tell me which card you want to. That is important. Okay. Whew. We did it, guys. We did it. Tell me which one you like. So you like the angel. I think the angel was definitely a good idea. I don't know why I should have kept that for the workshop. I just thought, I've seen so many of them lately that I was like, yeah, it does not make it very special, although as the card what makes it special. Oh, sure, Adrian, you will. I have all the measurements and everything, and it will be linked below. You guys have to give me a little bit of time because I have to take pictures and edit the pictures and then add them to the document. And yeah, it's like, I don't know, 20 more steps before I actually can post in my blog about it. So it takes me a couple of minutes, not a couple, a few more minutes than a couple. And I think, guys, that it is super easy to make, especially now that it's a very straightforward process. Again, it's just like score at 4, at 8, and then make cuts at 9 and 11. And it just makes it so easy, so easy. And same with the small piece. It's score, scored 3.5 and 7, and then just cut at 8 and 9.5. And so it's I think it's very simple numbers, and I like that. I like the fact that it's just much simpler to make, and I like the fact that it's bigger. I was really struggling, like I was telling you guys. I would not been able to do the Holy Family card in that smaller size, and I didn't want to make the bigger size that I told you about because it's just too big. And so I think that just works perfectly. So now I'm just looking at the card and it stands perfectly, and I'm very happy about it. Let me. You're very welcome, Ida. I do appreciate it. Look at this. Now it stands perfectly. And that will look amazing. It's just, a little, it's a perfect gift for Christmas. I just love it. I just absolutely love it. It's, yeah, again, I'm in love with this. And like I said, those that attended the workshop are going to be able to make this because we worked on this on a couple of our cards. And ta-da! Adrian, I like that it's bigger too. So let me put it here into perspective, how much bigger it is. See? Much, much bigger. I like that. I will include in the measurements if I can, guys. I'm not sure. I mean, I totally can. I just don't want to delay how this piece, because this is the only one that will have a little bit of change. So in this case, you'll score at 1/2 inch at 4.5, and that will be it, right? Like you don't have, yeah, you don't have to score anymore. And then you will do the exact same cuts in here, but it will not be 8 and 9. Let me see if I can like do this math real quick. So it will be 4.5, I said. So you will cut at 5.5 and at 7. That's where you will cut. But the cut from it will be the same cut. Anyways, I'll try to put that in the in the document. I had not thought of doing that. I'm not sure why I didn't. So that way you're able to do this with a regular. I don't think I understand your question, Elizabeth. So I had planned to do this card for the workshop. Um, this was one of the cards I wanted to do for the workshop. You're very welcome, Carrie. But unfortunately, um, I told you guys it was Tammy White. She's a demonstrator too, and she like posted a couple weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, I don't know, like a whole series um, of triple tier cards, right? And I'm like, I'm not gonna ask people to pay to get something that you know so already out there, so easy. I will discuss this card with in the workshop and kind of go into the details of the colors I used and everything. But in the workshop we had already Elizabeth done something very similar to this in our coloring, because this is done in vellum, and so we did already like a lot of this together, and so they will just know how to do this um, very easy. And I love that I put a little bit of like extra quote unquote moss like kind of making it look older church. So yes. Oh, of course, Ida. They can. They can. I mean, they will just have missed that live, the first live. But we'll be live on Saturday, 10 a.m. for the other 3 cards we have coming. We'll be making a little bit more of this coloring. We'll be making our own paper, our own designer series paper, and we will be using that super adorable color combination that we discovered together a while ago, which was the pretty peacock and copper. Especially now that actually they did this with a one of the one more complicated unfold. But yeah, you can totally enroll now. I will link that down below. I think it's linked already. Actually, the workshop. It's linked down below if you're interested. And no matter what, you will miss the lives later on, but you will have access to the videos for a very long time. I mean, unless YouTube says you have to remove that video, my plan is not to remove them, and then you'll have access to it for whenever, right? So if you can make a card today and you want to work on it later, then on another card, then you have time to get your stuff ready and work at your own pace. And so you will have access to those videos for a very long time, and you will have like the full PDF tutorial, the measurements, and everything. Oh, Adrian, it's fine. Don't worry. Don't worry. But you will enjoy it. Okay, guys. I know it's almost an hour and 10 minutes. I do talk. You guys have to tell me, stop talking, girl. Stop talking. Linda, congratulations. I am glad that you won. Touch base with me and I will tag you too. I appreciate all guys. Okay, let me come back in here. I know the cards are beautiful, but you don't want to keep talking to the hands, right? I appreciate you guys, your support, and you guys being here, hanging out with me while I make cards. I hope this works for you for some inspiration and to get the new products. I think they really this catalog. Well, Carrie saw it now. This catalog is just so amazing. It's beautiful, and so many beautiful options. How many cards, Elizabeth? It's three other cards. So the whole workshop is six cards. I gave so I have a couple of extras, but I did not write the instructions. It's just some extra inspiration for you. Um, so yeah, it's three more cards and the cards that we did previously. I was thinking, I have them right there. I mean, if you want to see them, Elizabeth, I can show them to you real quick. It won't take me too much time. Those of you, I know that it's late, guys, so I won't ask you to stay. But if you want to see them, Elizabeth, let me know, and I can show you the cards that we've done. And then I won't show the cards that are coming because, hey, there's going to be some surprise in here. Some sense of whoa, amazingness. I'm making a word now. So let me know, Elizabeth. I will gladly show you real quick those cards. They are all they're 5 fun folds. One is a simple card. Okay, let me go back in here, and I'll be right back. So I do also have like options for you in case you don't have what I have. They are all based on the Very Merry. Is the Very Merry stamp set, and I am using the Regal Reindeer and Dainty Delight. So this is the first card we made. So again, it's just a regular fun fold. I think it's absolutely. Oh, thank you, Ida. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Carrie. Yes, there's a lot. This one looks like glass. We had a lot of discussion and a lot of tips on how to color and be mindful of things that happens when you did this one. So this is the first card. Just very cute, and this is the card we made in yeah, I think this is the one. So either or, they're both similar. Um, and these are the papers that, so again, we talked a lot about mix and matching the old stuff that we have and coloring and so forth. This is the second card we did. And this opens up. And then this has a wobble thingy. Yes, yes, Elizabeth. So what will happen is you have access to last Saturday video, and you can watch it. And as soon as next Saturday's workshop is done, I will email to everybody the whole PDF tutorial, and so it will be, so you have all the instructions. The instructions are pretty detailed. But you will always have access to the video, and then you will be able to attend the workshop on Saturday. So this one, yeah, this one is very cute. This is the one we made it's very similar, but this is the one that we made on the workshop. We make some difference in coloring. We were playing with coloring and practicing. So but yeah, it's pretty much the same friend. And then, sorry guys, it takes a little bit to put all together. I just don't want stuff to get lost. And then we have two simple cards. This is the simple card that we created in the workshop. Very simple. Just just the regular card, but in using non-traditional colors, with very burst and basic gray. Very, very beautiful. And then we colored this. We practiced 3 different ways of coloring on the workshop, and this is the last. This one, there's no instructions for this one, but I just wanted again to give some inspiration. So this is a misty moonlight, and that uh, holographic. Oh my God, holographic paper from the Stargazing Suite, and then I made this paper, and that's one of the cards we're going to be making. It has the same. It's the exact same process, just with different colors. Oh, thank you, Elizabeth. And then this uses something the Stampin' Up doesn't have, is those stickles. I don't even know. I always forget how they're called. The stickles. I use these stickles for the wings. And so, but yeah, this is, I don't know if you guys can see, there's a little fly. Oh, thank you, Anita. I am glad you like them. So yeah, so these there's no instructions for it really, because this is a very simple card, right? But we'll build a paper together on Saturday, and so that the trick of it's solved on Saturday. I am using the decal circles in here just to give it a little bit of an edge, and then that gorgeous um, I forgot how it's called. That it's also from the new catalog. Maybe it doesn't have a name. It's called Cheer Ribbon. Huh. Oh. Oh, thank you, Elizabeth. Well, the link it's down below, so you'll be able to get to that. And then I'm always here by email or whatever. You can always reach back to me. So these are the cards that we did that day. Here are all the practices we made. We play with it a lot, with different colors and different techniques. So yeah, those are the cards. Thank you for your kind words, guys. I appreciate that. And the other ones, so the other ones have other fun folds. They're very, very nice fun folds. And then we will discuss in detail how I made this one, because I'm going to tell you guys, and you can probably tell I did struggle cutting this, but you guys know I struggle with my um what's the name of this, with my triangles. So Elizabeth, I made this on based on these. So the whole workshop is pretty much based on that. I'm just saying, right? It's based on those, because the reality is I didn't want to. First of all, there's not a whole lot in the catalog, Christmas stuff in the annual catalog, and we still don't have the mini catalog. And so I don't want to like say, oh, these are the 20 things we have that nobody else has, right? Have a lot of stuff from previous years, and some of them like I use for options, so people have that ability. Elizabeth, I don't know. Are you a demonstrator? Let me know if you're a demonstrator, Elizabeth. If you are a demonstrator, um, then you can probably get that set, even if you don't have it directly for Saturday. You can at least have it, and then you can play with it later, or touch base with me. We can chat a little bit later if you want about it. But these are the cards, guys, for last Saturday. I really appreciate you guys staying with me and having all this good time. Thank you so much for being here with me and being this patient with all these questions about the workshop. If you have any other questions or anything else, please send me an email to maria@mariascraftingcorner.com. I have a quick thing is I got rid of the hosting code. It does not make a whole lot of sense for me to have a hosting code. So if you place an order, I know you will place an order, and I will send you your gift. So just letting you know. Okay, so that's what I was gonna say. So you will get it for cheap. The only the only thing that you need not need the only thing is, yes, the whole workshop is based on, thank you Elizabeth, is based on that. And it's just 6 different cards, very very different, all of them, and you will be able to kind of get it. So make all these cards, but part of the process is learning other techniques and tips and tricks. Thank you, Adrian. Thank you for being here, guys. I appreciate it. I'm leaving, guys. I'm leaving. I still have to get everything ready. So have a wonderful wonderful rest of your night and your evening, and hopefully no drama weather related, for you guys and for me. God bless you all, and I hope to see those of you on Saturday. And if not, we'll see each other on Tuesday, because I will not be making a paper pumpkin alternative live, most likely. I don't think I'll have time. So, bye, guys. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And I'm trying to